Hello everyone. Namaste. How are you all? Are you okay? I hope so. Now we are together again to do our English lesson. Are you eagerly waiting for it? Great. Now today we will do English lesson of grade 8. So dear grade 8 students, please be ready with your book and whatever other materials you need during the class. Well, even other students can participate in classroom activities if it is beneficial for you. Well, other students from grade 7, 6 or 9, even 10, okay, other than grade 8 can also participate, either they are junior or senior, if the lessons are fruitful to you. Okay? Well, now, do you know what to do today? What we are going to do today? Well, today we are going to do few activities based on grade 8 English lesson, and we are going to do unit 13. In unit 13, the contents we'll cover in this lesson, in this class, are pronunciation, that is given on page number 161 of grade 8 textbook, speaking, that is on page number 170 of grade 8 textbook, and grammar first, that is on page number 162 and 63 of grade 8 English textbook. Well, if you have book, you can keep it with you. If you don't have, you can just focus your attention, pay your attention here and do the activities in your exercise book. Okay? Well, in pronunciation section, we will learn to pronounce some of the words that are used to interpret or describe charts, graphs, diagrams, tables, etc. Okay? Well, and then next thing, in speaking lesson, we will learn to interpret table and chart, tables and flow chart, okay, that describes process. So here you will learn to ask questions and respond to the questions based on table and flow chart, okay, or let's say based on the things, information given in diagrammatic form. Okay? And in grammar section, finally, we will learn the use of most, some, lots of, and any. So these are called quantifier. Okay? Or let's say we will make attempt to learn some of the quantifiers used in English. Okay? Good. Now, I have presented the content to discuss today. So, if it is beneficial, please come close to the device. All others, okay, and graded students especially, come close to the device and be ready for it. Sit comfortably and be ready for classroom activities. Okay? Good. Now, let's start with pronunciation section. Okay? Pronunciation is on page number 161 of your book. Okay, some of the words are given there. Let's read what is the instruction given here. Here is a list of words used to interpret charts and graphs. Learn to pronounce them. Well, you should learn to pronounce them. Okay, you should learn how native speakers, how English people pronounce these words, so that you will use them in interpreting charts, graphs, tables, diagram, etc. Okay? Well, they will be useful for you. So let's try. There are altogether 10 words given. Okay? So let's start with the very first one. What is it? C-O-N-S-T-A-N-T. How do you pronounce it? Okay. Well, now listen to how native speakers pronounce it and try pronouncing in the same way. Okay? Well, concentrate here in the audio. You can get the sound and then try in the same way. Try several times. Okay? Okay, let's listen to it. The first word, C-O-N-S-T-A-N-T.
Constant. Constant.
What is it? Again? Okay. Well, listen.
Constant.
Can you try in the same way? Yes? Again? Good. Well, listen to it again.
Constant.
Constant. Is it? Good. Second one, R-I-S-I-N-G. What is it? Again? Well, let's listen to what native speaker pronounce, how native speakers pronounce it. Okay? Listen.
Rising.
How they pronounce? Again? Say it again. Good. Rising.
Rising.
Okay, rising. Is it so? Good. Third word, T-R-E-N-D. What is it? Try it. Okay, now listen to the audio.
Trend.
What is it? Again and again, please. Trend. Is it? Well, listen to it again.
Trend.
Okay, trend. Now, next word, A-S-C-E-N-D. How do you pronounce? Well, listen to it now.
Ascend.
How do you pronounce now? Okay, again. Listen to it.
Ascend.
Ascend. Is it? Pronounce several times, please. Okay, good. Now, come to another word, fifth word, D-E-S-C-E-N-D. Okay, now let's listen to the native pronunciation.
Descend.
What is it? Descend. Descend. Try it. Once again. Good. Now let's listen to it again.
Descend.
Descend. Okay. When you listen to it, try pronouncing the same way and compare your sound with this sound. Okay. Now next one. D-E-C-R-E-A-S-E. Well, listen to it now.
Decrease.
Decrease. Try it. Good. Again. Okay. Let's listen to it again.
Decrease.
Decrease. Is it? Great. Next word. D-E-C-L-I-N-E. What is it? Well, now let's listen to it.
Decline.
What is it? Decline. Is it? Decline. Say it. Once again. Good. Listen to it again.
Decline.
Good. That is the way. Similarly, next word is S-T-E-A-D-I-L-Y. How do you pronounce? Okay, let's listen to it. Okay, and compare whether your pronunciation is similar to it or not. Okay, listen to it.
Steadily.
Steadily. Again. Again. Good. Now let's listen to it again.
Steadily.
Steadily. Is it? Now next word, second last one, R-A-P-I-D-L-Y. What is it? Well, now let's listen to it.
Rapidly.
What is it? Rapidly. Rapidly. Try it. Again. Great. Listen to it once more.
Rapidly.
Rapidly. Okay. The last one. P-R-O-P-O-R-T-I-O-N. How do you pronounce? Good. Now listen to it and compare your pronunciation with this one. Listen to it.
Proportion.
What is it? How do you pronounce? Proportion. Is it? Proportion. Once again, listen to it.
Proportion.
Proportion. Try it yourself. Okay, again. Great, good. You tried those words. Now later when our class is over, even after that, okay, try the words constantly, okay, and learn their pronunciation. Will you? Okay, good. Now let's go to another section, that is speaking. In speaking section, you can see here is given the speaking activities are given on page number 170 of your book, if you have book. Okay. Now here look at the table below, it gives information about different states of the USA. Take turns to ask and answer the question using the given information. Now there are some of the things given, some data are presented here, okay, data are given, information is given here, and you should ask question and answer them. One of you can ask question and another can answer this question. Again you answer the question and the person asks the question. Okay. Well, asking and answering, okay, interchangeably you can do. You can change the role and ask question, again change the role and answer the question. So you can do it. So whatever question you can form based on the table, you can ask. Okay, if you are two, you can do. If you are more than two, you can form pair and do it. Okay. Well, even even if you are with your senior or junior brother, sister, or whoever is there with you, you can try it. Okay. Well, you don't need to be with your classmate. Even senior or junior can assist you. Okay. Now let's try. Now here are 5 states given. Okay. Those states, how many states are given? 5 states. So that can be one question, isn't it? So how many states are given? 5 states. What are they? Well, California, Florida, Michigan, New York, and Texas. Okay. Now states, these are. Year it became a state, when they became state. Now years are given here: 1850, 1845, 1837, 1788, 1845. Similarly, area, square kilometer, 4,23,970, 1,70,304, 96,810, 1,41,299, 6,95,621. And population in the city, well, in million: 34, 16, 10, 19, and 21. So they are given in million. So when you say, you can say 34 million, 16 million, 10 million, 19 million, and 21 million. So that way you can say. And finally, this source is given: www.enchantedlearning.com. So this is not the table, you don't need to interpret this one. Okay, just look at the information given on the table. Okay. Well, let's start asking question and answering them. Okay, are you clear about it? What to do? Great. Okay, now here the table is here. Now you can start forming question and answering them. Well, one example can be, one student can ask question. Okay, A asks question: when did California become a state of the USA? And you can answer it as, California became a state of the USA in 1850. Okay. In the same way, you can ask about other states. Okay. When did other states become states of the USA? So you can ask question about other states. Okay. And you can also ask, well, which 2 states were recognized as the states of the USA in the same year? That sort of questions. Okay, which two states were recognized, got recognition as states of the USA in the same year? Which two states? Yes. Okay, Florida and Texas. Is it? Well, Texas and Florida. Well, they became the states in the same year. That was in 1845. Well, similarly, another question you can form here is, well, which state has the smallest area? Well, you can find here an answer. Which state has the smallest area? Which state? Well, so B answers here. Michigan has the smallest area. Okay, Michigan has the smallest area. You can see here and say, so 96,810 square kilometers is the area of Michigan state. Is it so? Well, so here you can ask other questions. Okay, what is the total area of Florida? What is the total area of New York? Okay, which state has the area of 4,23,970 square kilometer, for example? So you can ask area, you can say area and ask others to identify the city or state. Okay, or you can give state and ask the area. Similarly, you can ask about the smallest state or biggest state. Okay, those things. Well, in the same way, next question can be, A asks, what is the population of Texas? Okay, that can be, well, what is the population of Texas? Can you say? Well, 21 what? Million. Yes, 21 million. So the population of Texas is 21 million. Is it so? Good. The population of Texas is 21 million. So you can ask about population of other states, and you can give population and ask about the state as well. For example, which city state or which state has 16 million population? Now the others should answer as Florida. Florida has the population of 16 million. Is it so? Good. Similarly, another question can be, which is the oldest state among the five? Okay, which is the earliest state also you can say. So which one? Earliest. So 1888 is here, isn't it? So what is it? Which city is it? New York. So it's New York. It became a state in 1788. Well, this way you can ask. Okay, so several questions you can ask. Similarly, which city state has the highest population? Okay, well, least population. Okay, lowest population. Similarly, widest area or biggest area, smallest area. Well, you can ask questions related to them. Okay, so many questions you can form out of these tables and ask others. So when you form question, okay, you see the information, you read the information, and when you answer the question, you read the information. So while forming question and answering them, you look at this information, look at the data given, and then try to interpret. Okay, learn to interpret these things. Will you do it? Okay, even after the class you can try asking question and answering them in pairs. Will you? Good, good. Now let's go to another task. Another speaking task is there. Okay, finally there is one more question here. Which state has only 10 million population? New York has only 10 million population. So I gave you example before. Okay, well, next task is this one. There is a flow chart which describes process. Okay, well, process means first, well, there are stages of task. first is done and then after that another task is done and then another. So this way these are done. Well, and then there is arrow. Is it big arrow? Arrow means the task move from this, start from this side and move towards this. Is it so? Well, and then what is given here? B. Study the graphic organizer below showing the process of manufacturing tea. Take turns to ask and answer the question about the process. Okay, as we did right before, okay, in the previous task. You can ask questions about the process and answer them. Previously, we asked and answered about the data, facts, information, but here we will try to ask and answer about the process, okay, activities done in order. Okay. Well, first stage is picking. Okay, in the process of tea manufacturing, first stage is picking, second withering, third fermenting, fourth drying, fifth sorting, and final stage is storage and packaging. Well, how can you ask question now? Okay, for example, one can ask, what is the first stage in the tea manufacturing process? One can ask, and another person respond to it. Well, this way, the first stage in the tea manufacturing process is picking. Is it so? Okay, or picking is the first stage in the tea manufacturing process. Okay, or if you try simply question and quick answer, you can ask, what is the first step or stage of tea manufacturing process? And answer may be picking, simply, isn't it? In spoken language, we can answer in brief with a single word or two words. That is also possible. But if you are writing the process itself, you should write full sentence. Okay, all the sentences should be complete sentences. But in speaking, you can just answer this with single word or few words, phrases. Okay, you can do. Similarly, another question can be, what should be done before fermenting the tea? What should be done before fermenting the tea? So this is fermenting is one process stage, and just before it, what can be done? Now the tea is withered. Answer. Okay, the tea is withered before fermenting it. So before it, what is the step? Withering, isn't it? So tea is withered before fermenting it. Or you can ask about after. What is done? Okay, or what should be done before or after fermenting the tea? After fermenting, drying. So you can ask about before, after. Okay, what is done in the third stage? What is done in the fourth stage? Okay, well, what is the first step? So you can ask about first, second, third, fourth, fifth, which stage. Okay, similarly, what is done before, what is done after, that sort of question also you can ask. Okay, well, now in the same way, next question can be, what is done to the tea when it has been fermented? Okay, when it has been fermented, what is done? Now next step you should think. Okay, well, the tea is dried after it has been fermented. Okay, the tea is dried after it has been fermented. So what is done to the tea when it has been fermented is the question. When it has been fermented, after that means, okay, next step you should answer. Okay, next step you should say. Well, similarly, next can be, what is the final stage of manufacturing tea? Okay, so final step you should see here. Well, answer can be, the final stage of manufacturing tea is storage and packaging. So that can be the answer. Okay, well, before packaging, what should be done to the tea? Sorting. Okay, well, this way you can ask question. You can ask question about which step. Similarly, what is done after and what is done before type of question. Okay, similarly, last stage, second stage, third stage, first step you can ask these questions. Okay, well, try it even after the class. Okay, asking and answering them. Well, next activity we'll do is grammar 1. Okay, grammar 1 is on page number 162 and 163 of your book. Well, here instruction is study these sentences and discuss how the quantifiers in red have been used. Now these reds, words and phrases in red are quantifiers. Okay, most, some, loads of, any, these are quantifier. Now how they are used? Okay, let's see. A, statement A, sentence A, most children start school at the age of 5. Most children. Next, we ate some bread. Some bread is used here. Okay, we saw loads of birds. Loads of birds. Similarly, D, we have loads of time. Okay, loads of time. Next, E, did you see any friends? Any friends in question form. F, would you like any food? Any food. Any food in question. Okay, so here you should analyze, you should not just read the sentences, you should analyze how they are used, what they are used with, what comes after each of the quantifier. Okay, most children. Okay, let's see here. Okay, on the board. Well, most children, some breads. Similarly, another is loads of birds. Next, loads of time. Next, any friends. And finally, any food. Here, what you should see is what comes after these quantifiers. Okay, loads of. Now, most comes before. This is plural, isn't it? Plural countable. So before plural countable must come. Is it so? This is plural countable plural. Let's say countable plural. This is bread. Well, uncountable. This is lots of birds. This is also countable plural. Okay, I am writing in short. Lots of time. This is uncountable. Any friends in question. Any is followed by friends. Countable plural. And finally, any food. This is food is uncountable. Well, see here. Now you can say these quantifiers come any, and any can come before countable plural and uncountable both. Similarly, lots of can come uncountable as well as countable plural. Similarly, some can come before uncountable. Most can come before countable plural. Okay, so you should be able to use these quantifiers with this sort of nouns. But please, few examples are given. Most can also be used before uncountable. Some can also be used before uncountable. Although examples are not given in the book, you can use them. For example, you can say there is some water in the pot. Some water can be used. Some plus water uncountable, is it, as it is given. But some boys are fighting. If you say some plus boys countable plural, is it so? Okay. So this way you can use with both countable and uncountable. If you are using these with countable, most, some, lots of can be used before plural with countable. Okay. Well, now here the quantify things. These quantifier quantify things, they show quantity of things. Okay. So, quantifier, if they are used, what are they? What are the quantifiers? Now, you can say quantifiers indicate amounts or quantities of things. So, most children, some bread, lots of birds, lots of time, any friends, any food. Okay. When you are using them, you should be careful that they are used to indicate quantities. Okay. Well, and then now here, to determine which quantifiers to use, you have to know if the noun you are describing a quality for is a countable noun or uncountable noun. Okay. So, you should use quantifier accordingly. Okay. And then some quantifiers quantify countable nouns, others quantify uncountable nouns, and some quantify both countable and uncountable nouns. Let's see the table given in your book. What is there? See, on page number 163, one table is given, is it? Well, the table below shows the quantifiers which are used with different types of nouns. Quantifiers with countable nouns, quantifiers with uncountable nouns, quantifiers with both countable and uncountable nouns. Okay, quantifiers with countable nouns, what are they? Many, each, either, few or a few, several, both, neither, fewer. So, these quantifiers are used with countable nouns only, and quantifiers with uncountable nouns, much, a bit of, a little. These quantifiers are used only before uncountable nouns. And third, quantifiers with both countable and uncountable nouns, these quantifiers are used with both countable as well as uncountable nouns. These are all, some, more, a lot of, enough, no, any, most, loads of, less. So, these are used that way. Okay. Now, let's do exercise. Okay, let's use some of the determiner here given in the book. Okay, they are not difficult. You can do it easily, can't you? Let's do it. Well, B. Choose the correct quantifier to complete the sentences. First, I am sorry, but there is any or no milk. Is black tea okay? That is given. Okay, but there is any milk or no milk. What do you use here? I am sorry, but there is any milk. Can you say? No. So, what do you use? No milk. Good. There is no milk. Is it? Well, just you can mark in your book with pencil now. Okay. Later, you can write in exercise book. Okay. Just read the sentence, identify which word to use, which determiner to use, and give a mark. Okay. Just write a right mark. Okay. Correct mark. And then later you can do in exercise book. Now, B. If you want to lose weight, you should eat less or more chocolate. If you want to lose weight, see here, if you want to lose weight, you should eat less chocolate or more chocolate. Obviously, less chocolate, good. Okay. Here determiner is less. C. If you want to help me make breakfast, you can peel any potatoes or some potatoes. What do you think? Of course. Why any is not used? Yes, any is used often with questions and negative sentences. Is it so? So, here obviously you use good some. Okay, we use some. If you want to help me make breakfast, you can peel some potatoes. D. We don't have all enough tomatoes. Can you bring another 5 or 6 please? Now, we don't have all tomatoes or enough tomatoes. What do you use? Yes? Very good. We use enough. We don't have enough potatoes. Can you bring another 5 or 6 please? Good. Next, E. When I was a child, I used to drink a lot of or most milk. What do you use here? Most milk? No. What do you use? A lot of milk. Okay, so you can use a lot of. Okay, when I was a child, I used to drink a lot of milk. And lastly, F. I don't generally like fruits, but I eat no mangoes or a lot of mangoes. I don't generally like fruit, but I eat what? A lot of mangoes. Okay, a lot of is the correct determiner here. Okay. Well, dear students, now after you mark in your book, you can write in your exercise book. Okay, using those correct quantifier. And when you write in your exercise book, underline the correct quantifier you have used. Okay, you have chosen the correct quantifier and then underline them and then write this way. After you write, your writing will be like this, isn't it? Okay, do it after the class is over, will you? Good. Well, finally, here is a small task for you. Okay, you can practice it later. Okay, just try writing some sentences using the quantifiers, correct quantifiers. Write sentences each using one of the quantifiers from the table below. Each sentence should use one of the quantifiers. So, in your writing, you should use these quantifiers, okay, that are related to countable nouns, that are used before countable nouns, these quantifiers that are used before uncountable nouns, and these quantifiers that are used both before countable and uncountable nouns. Okay, so give it a try. Write as many sentences as you can using these quantifiers. Will you do it? Great. Okay, now we are at the end of today's lesson. In today's lesson, we practiced pronouncing some of the words used in interpreting or describing charts, tables, diagram, etc. And then we try asking and answering question based on table and flowchart process. Okay, and finally we tried using some of the quantifiers in sentences. Okay, some quantifiers are used before countable nouns, some are used with uncountable and some are used with both. We tried. So keep practicing later even after this class. Will you? Good. Now we are at the end today. Now thank you very much for your attention. We will continue our activities later in other classes. So have a good time. Thank you very much. Bye bye.